So hello guys, welcome back. We are here, Racete and I. How you doing, Racete?
I am good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Got the GTS Endurance Race 3 today, and we're here at Bathurst, right?
Yes, Bathurst, Mount Panorama, the mountain, whatever you want to call it. Legendary Australian racetrack. Can't wait to see some Grand Touring cars go around here.
So I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm quite happy that we've got this track in the Endurance as well, because I don't think people are gonna, in the past few races, people have built up quite a few gaps and they've just kind of maintained that the whole time. A few battles going on, which is nice, but I think here there's a lot of opportunity to make mistakes, and we might see the pack fall back together again.
You've got the chase, those first three corners properly going up the mountain. You've got the S going down the hill. There's no run off there whatsoever, and you're going down. Meanwhile, all the time you're having the car constantly, like, fully unstable. So it's going to be a really interesting race. It's a 1 hour race, I believe.
Yeah, they're going to have 1 hour.
So it's going to be really interesting to see if everyone can keep it in check. I know, it's all well and good having the pace. I remember Ash was saying last night he felt really confident about his pace. It's all well and good having the pace. It's making it around the entire race that counts.
Absolutely, and Ash has had some more trouble again. So we've actually joined a bit late, guys, so sorry about that. We're just having trouble getting the stream up, but we're just coming to the end of qualifying now. I was watching Ash do a few donuts, and we've got 10, is it 10 drivers we've got here today? Oh, just 8, because AJ got disconnected.
Unfortunately down to 8, as AJ has been disconnected before the race, which means unless there's a restart he won't be able to get in. It's a real shame for him, as this obviously would have been a good opportunity to keep it on the track and score some really good points.
It would. He was really looking forward to this race as well. He's been practicing all day for it, and it's going to suck if he can't get it back. But let's see what Ash decides to do when the session formally comes to an end, at least the quali anyway. AJ's asking if he can commentate. Let's invite him.
I believe we can.
Yeah, can you send him an invite so it doesn't bring up my PS menu?
Yeah, no worries. I've got it.
Thanks. And what lap time are we looking at? So we're looking at a 2-minute lap, just over a 2-minute lap, so just around 20.
Just over a 2-minute lap.
30
Ash
laps.
said in practice his best lap was a 2:01.3. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to pull that out of the bag. He had a few mistakes in qualifying, but Kimi's gotten somewhat close to that representative pace with a 2:01.5, putting him on pole position. But that's qualifying pace. Race pace ultimately is yet to be seen as we head onto the grid.
And we've also got the tyres and fuel multipliers today, both set at 3, is that right? Do you remember?
3 and 3, yes.
I wonder how often they're going to have to pit. Hopefully it's maybe nothing more than 2 stops, lap 10 and lap 20, and they can come in. But yeah, we're just waiting for the lights to go off now, so we'll see how these guys get away. It's Harley in first place, Iceman Kimi, the championship leader, in second, and Castle, OFR race winner, in third here. We're just getting ready for the lights to go out now. And we're away. Short run up into turn 1 here.
Nice start from Kimi there. He's already back into turn 1. Of course, the grid's nice and even here, so he's pulled out full car length before turn 1.
He's away.
All clean in the background. I think we've got an Aston DBR9 running wide in the background. I think that might have been the real Tracy. Big Hurt and Tracy both going side by side. 2 teammates up before the chase.
It looks like they were almost trying to squeeze to get 3 right on this really narrow part of the track here. We've got Tracy going onto the grass and almost going into his teammate there, but he's managed to correct it. He's gone on the grass again.
He's gone into Ash.
Oh no, he's almost pushing him off.
That's going to pinball into Castle, who's gone wide.
Oh yeah, Castle's right at the, well, yeah, he is right at the very back now. He's dropped down all the way to 8th place in his new green livery. Really standing out.
That's going to be a huge shame. I know from previous conversations and previous races that he really, really adores this track, and he'll want to be able to just get past these front cars, but Grim and Crazy aren't going to make it easy. Trying to make that go through the chase, it's a risky one, can be done. Meanwhile, Kimi, 1.8 seconds on the opening lap. That just shows the power of those first few corners. If you can get a car length on that start, while everyone else is still side by side, because fun, weird quirk about this track, the grid start is even. If you qualify first and second, you'll have an even run into turn 1. So it's all about that start, and Kimi looks to have absolutely nailed it.
Oh, good job there, Kimi. He's pulled away another second. He's now over 3 seconds ahead. He's not made a single mistake as he's coming down this really tricky downhill S's. But he's pulled away and he's gaining again. AJ's left the room. Did you invite him to the party?
I did. I pushed the add players button. I don't seem to.
never
I'll
mind.
give it one other go.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get him in the box. At least then he can participate in the race a little bit. But we've got another three-way battle for second place right now. We've got both the Big Hurt and Ash almost going side by side. Harley's leading this at the minute though, and we've also got, is it that Othed? Oh, Harley goes off and gets on the grass, and that has allowed the Big Hurt to go on the grass. Also, is he trying to make a move around the outside at the chase at 20 and 22? He's round. He got on the grass, and now he's coming back onto track. Let's hope he can avoid him. Yes, he can. Real Tracy goes straight past him, that's his teammate, and now both of these guys in DWT are right at the back of the pack. And his Big Hurt's on the grass again. He needs to cool his head. He's got some flashing
He's got
right wing.
front red.
Yeah, I see it. Go ahead.
That'll pull his steering wheel to the right. That could just be a bit of just not being used to that damage. Just it'll throw his head off, and as you see onto the grass again. It's one off now, so he's going to be back on. Hopefully to normal pace. We know he's got it. He was. Did you see where he was in qualifying? I think he was in the top half or close, wasn't he?
I think so. Yeah, I think he was around P4 or P5. So yeah, hopefully he can get that back. But he has dropped down seven seconds now from P7, and he's 17 seconds from the lead. Now I'm going to quickly jump up back to Iceman, see how far he's ahead now. He's pulled away 4 seconds.
7.4 seconds.
That's 4. He's done 4 seconds.
3.5 seconds in 1.5 laps.
It's going up. 7.6, 7.7.
And it's the weird thing is, it's not even like Harley's bottlenecking the field. He's pulled away 1.7 to Grim behind, who is more bottlenecking the driver than Harley's blocking Grim here. This is incredible stuff.
I don't know how he's doing it. I think if he doesn't make a mistake in the next few laps, he can just keep pulling away. I think he's got a race win secured already.
There are quite high margins on this track because it's such a technical track. You know, it's really whoever's going to push it to the limit, right up to those walls, is going to have such a good advantage over the rest of the field. Ultimately, it remains to be seen whether the consistency's there. I was saying this with BJ Robbo in the F2 race we had last night. Stinson, both times leading the race, both times setting unreal pace, and yet both times crashed out at the same corner.
Oh, we've got three drivers off the road there. They're all three drivers off the road.
That's Ash Wilson again.
Oh, look at Ash's dropped down to 7th place.
Tracy's going to get past.
He's still fighting him though. I think Ash managed to maintain a little bit of his speed as he cut across the grass there, and he's still managing to keep up with the pack for now. But that was a big corner cut by him. I'm surprised he's got no penalty.
I think Grim was off there as well. I think it's because at that corner, you know, at the angle he was going, the grass actually slows you down more because the apex speed for that initial part of the chicane is actually a lot higher than you'd anticipate if you don't take too much of that curb. You can take a lot of it, cut around the corner, second part should be flat. So I think it's just going over the grass. He's had to stabilise that throttle a bit and just have to back out.
Wow. So after this race, there's only going to be 2 races left, guys, and I just want to bring your attention to the stream right now because we have brought up the championship standing just so you can see where these guys are currently placed. Iceman Kimmy is currently leading 45 points. He's got Ash, who's now down in 6th place, in 2nd place in the championship with 30 points, so he's 15 points behind already. And there's a 3-way battle for 3rd place, each with 25 points. BJ Robbo, Sean and Harley, and only one of those guys are racing today. So I think Harley's going to be excited to secure P3 today. All he needs to do is finish,
P2?
and he will get ahead. P3 hopefully, but if he can beat Ash, he might be able to get a P2.
Oh, it's championship standings.
Yeah, championship standings, yeah. He is in P2 at the moment, but if he finishes here and Ash finishes that far behind, he will actually jump Ash in the championship standings as well and secure P2. So that's going to be
look where Castle's come from, and all of that chaos down at that final chicane. Castle jumped up to 4th and is now harassing the back of Othed. That's how you say his name, isn't it?
Othed River. Sir Othed of House River. That's his name. AJ, good to have you here.
Hello.
What happened? We heard you got kicked in quali.
Yeah, my internet just turned off. It decided to give up. There's no chance of me staying to party for the rest of the race.
We'll be good to have you here for a little bit at least.
Yeah, Castle's trying to make a move on Othed. Well, he was actually side by side and he had the outside of the corner, but he was squeezed off, and now he's back in 4th place. But he's still pushing quite hard. Could one of you help me? How do I change view with the controller? I usually use the keyboard. But
Should be R1.
R1. No, that just brings up the start menu for where it says the different options.
I'll mess around with mine quickly. It should be able to find for you. Just check you haven't got your controller on standard or variable, because I don't know if it makes a difference.
Ah, okay, I'll put it on standard, let's see if that helps. Nope, same
What
thing.
I do is, I think I change camera view, whatever button you use to change camera view, usually. So I have on X.
Ooh, really sorry to interrupt
Oh,
there.
it's gone
That's
wide,
Oath.
and that's going to let Castle through.
I'm not sure if Castle kind of touched his rear there and pushed him off. I don't
It's going to be
know.
such a difficult rejoin. He's gone ghosted. That's good. He's at the back of the pack. Okay, that's nice and safe, but that's so unfortunate for him. He was running, what, Where was he? He was P5. Oh, what's happened to Castle? Was Castle further back than we thought? Because I thought I saw him in P5.
Yeah,
Am I going crazy?
no, I think Oathhead was in P4 and Castle was in P5, and I think Castle may have touched the rear of Oathhead, pushed him into the wall, then Castle had a little bit of an incident coming out of the corner. I think that's what happened.
Meanwhile, all of this has let Ash onto the back of Grim, so
Yeah.
no rest for the wicked, I presume.
8th place, back up into
Going
4th
down
now.
the
Ash
ashes.
is on a drive here. He wants to get back into that podium spot.
I imagine
Does
he'll be in prime position to do it here, coming out of this last low-speed corner of the S's, back onto that long back straight.
I remember when we raced this in Group 2 earlier this season. Or was it last season? I can't
Group
remember. It was
It was
Group-
last
It
season,
was last
Group
season.
3.
The-
And it wasn't
was
the most enjoyable race,
Yeah.
at least from my perspective, anyway.
me neither. The S's downhill.
Here we go.
The dipper, horrible.
He's pulling alongside, round the outside, going into that small little kink. Touch that curb a little bit. You can
Ooh.
ping pong into the car. They've had
Look
contact,
at that.
like I said they would. And Grim holds the position.
I'm really surprised.
He's gone
Grim
wide on
held
the
to
exit,
that.
though. That's a massive slide, very Grim-esque. And now he's side by side into the last corner of the track.
And he's going to
Breaking
outrate him
down
as well.
in. He's got him, and he's got him without a switchback available.
Ooh, Ash
So
getting a little
really,
bit-
really good exit from Ash there.
Yeah.
And that promotes him up to P3, maybe chasing down Harley here.
Yeah,
For context, I think we should check out
Oh,
some fastest laps here.
it's
Iceman
fun, it's
Kimmy.
fun.
Oh, look
no.
at that. Grim's not
That's
gonna-
really unfortunate. He was running really well up there.
He was.
I think he'll still get up ahead of Oathed, so he's not going to be rock bottom last, but he's going to have a lot of work to do to get back to where he was previously. We know he has the pace. Can he keep it on the track?
Castle's coming up to the back of Tracy now. I think it might be just a matter of time before Castle overtakes him. Although Tracy's shown some pace, at least in Group 2 this season. Sometimes he just makes a few stupid moves, which doesn't help out his races at all. But
I think-
Castle seems to be
Should
happening.
we have a look at some fastest laps? We've got Iceman Kimmy. Iceman Kimmy, I believe, chased his pace at a 2:01.5. He's currently gone out and doing a 2:01.2. So that's just an indication of how much he's absolutely bringing that car out. I think.
Yeah, and
Harley,
he's, 17 seconds.
just behind him. Fastest lap, 3 seconds behind. I mean, if that is not an indication of Kimmy's skill, I don't know what is. Obviously, we had a championship fight in Group 3. For most of that season, I'd say on pace we were about equal. I don't think there was ever someone concrete. It's just whoever got off the line the best. Either way, you've got Ash just behind. Fastest lap is about a 10th quicker than Harley's. Tracy behind those two, 2:04.5. Castle behind him at 2:03.3, so he's going to be reeling in Tracy, hopefully. We've got the Big Hurt behind his teammate, 3/10 quicker than his teammate in the same car. Grim on a 2:04.9 and Oathed on a 2:05.5. So I think the most of the pack's times we're looking at about a 2:04, 2:03, around a 2:04 dead. The one, of course, to break that pattern is
Well, that's me gone.
Iceman Kimmy, who's just gone quicker again, only by a few hundredths, but he's going quicker.
He's not made a single mistake, and if he is, well, we're on laps. Well, we've finished 5 laps. He's 19 seconds ahead. He's on average 4 seconds a lap quicker than all these other guys right now. I don't know how he's doing that. I mean, I'm